New laws against so-called ghost guns are just days away, and that's leading to a spike in sales. CBS News' Stephen Stock has more on the rush on untraceable weapons.
On August 24th, new federal rules will effectively ban unserialized parts and kits used to create ghost guns in every state. But we found the new rules have apparently unleashed a flood in the market for these untraceable firearms.
The actual work is pretty easy.
To find out just how easy it is to make a ghost gun,
This is blank.
we visited Bob and Hugh in a garage in California's Central Valley, where they've been building these homemade guns for years as a hobby. They ask us to withhold their last names because they fear backlash.
The whole process takes about an hour and a half.
They showed us how they take what to most of us looks like a gun part,
Magazine release.
but under current federal law is regarded as just a hunk of metal, a paperweight.
This is what it ends up looking like.
And within an hour or so, on the garage workbench, turn it into a working homemade firearm, just like one from a manufacturer. The only difference? Most privately made firearms created this way have no serial numbers, almost no way to trace them if they are later used in a crime, earning the name ghost guns.
Another AR-15 lower receiver.
You can buy an unserialized ghost gun part legally with only a credit card and an address in most states. For now, we know because we did it.
Okay, we shall see.
Bob and Hughes started putting serial numbers on all the guns they make starting in 2018, when a California law began requiring ghost gun registration there. Rules that will soon extend to every state as the federal government plans to mandate serial numbers on all relevant gun parts used to make homemade firearms. They'll also require anyone who buys these parts to submit to a background check.
They're going to be discouraging people from going out and participating in this hobby.
But multiple law enforcement sources tell us the new rules aren't meant to target hobbyists. They're intended to stop those who produce guns to sell to criminals who otherwise couldn't get a gun legally. The number of ghost guns or privately made firearms recovered and traced by law enforcement from crime scenes since 2016 has exploded nationwide, 1,000%.
It is very troubling.
Charlie Patterson, special agent in charge at ATF's Washington, D.C. Field Division, says untraceable guns lead to more crimes they can't solve.
Here in the district, 41% of all privately made firearms that are recovered linked to another shooting.
Numbers that could go up. CBS News has found that there's a rush to sell off these soon-to-be regulated gun parts. A fire sale, so to speak. Does that worry you?
That is a concern for all law enforcement.
Matthew Verisco is special agent in charge of ATF's Philadelphia Field Division.
We have cases in Pennsylvania related to individuals that are trying to unload their inventory.
Is it really going to be effective enough?
Any tool that can be utilized by law enforcement to help solve violent crime will be effective.
Bob and Hughes say they don't believe the new rules will reduce violent crime anyway.
It's not going to work because it's the same thing. Criminals don't obey the law.
As for that gun part we ordered online, here it is. It came in the mail. An AR-15 lower 80, no serial number on it, no way to trace it, all perfectly legal. That's significant in Boston, where police tell us they recovered nearly 60 ghost guns last year, more than twice the amount from the year before. It's expected that number will climb even higher by the end of 2022. I'm investigative correspondent Stephen Stock, WBZ News.